Hello everyone, this is Darryl20 and welcome to episode 60 of Darryl20's Let's Play series, where today I've got my mob spawner pretty well upgraded. I threw a bunch of sugar and a bunch of clocks at it, and now we have a minimum and maximum spawn delay of 1 second, so that means we should spawn things pretty quickly. I did not boost the max spawn count, because I wanted to spawn a smallish number of mobs. I don't want it to spawn like 20 mobs all at once. I wanted to have like, a handful. So, yeah, that's on purpose. And then, we can see I have ignore players, no AI, so I don't need the player to be nearby for this runner to run anymore. So I think that should be cool. So let's go up here and turn this thing on. So what should happen is within a second or two, we should get, some dudes showing up here. You're taking longer than I would want. Let's go. Did you show up? No. Okay, why are you not showing up? Where's the dudes? Oh, there we go. I have the ignores player thing going on, so you shouldn't need a player nearby to run, right? Yep, nope, we're cool. There we go. Now we're cooking. That's cool. That's working. Now, one thing we could do, if we wanted to, I could just have the skeletons always sitting there. But one more thing we could do is we could test if this thing is full. Yeah, the trick there would be I could probably want an entangler of some kind, because I'd want another node nearby. But yeah, that's looking pretty good, right? And then I can turn you off, and then there should be no more mob spawning at this point, right? That seems like it's working. That seems cool. All right. Now what I might do is make sure all these arrows and drops and stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get a quick item collector. Not that collector. I want the advanced item collector, which needs basic item collector. I don't know if we need advanced, to be totally honest with you. But if we do this and we got an ender chest, I should really just like at some point make these auto-craftable, so I don't have to do this 3-step crafting thing, but whatevs. Boop. Boop. How about we whitelist... Can I drag in this UI? Bones. Nope. Bones and arrows for now. And then if it turns out that we need more, we'll get more. That should be fine. That seems cool. All right, looking pretty good, right? So then turn lever on. It should now be activating the spawner, and then boom. How cool is that? I like it. I like it a lot, is how much I like it. That's working really well. Like I said, the only thing I might add is a feature where if it's full, it turns off automatically. But I think I'll add that later. I think for now, we're in good shape, right? So with that said, I should be able to start rocking and rolling with some good stuff here. So I think I would like to take you 12 and work on some runes. So let's get like 20 of you, because I want to upgrade this guy to the next tier of altar. Okay, and for that, we're going to need to do that. And then I should be able to take and make runes of sacrifice and speed. Okay, so speed's gonna need, how about we get like, we get one more of these, because this thing is a little bit on the slow end, mostly because of how fast we're getting LP now, right? So if I got like 8 runes of speed, that could be cool. And then 8 runes of sacrifice, that could also, well, I could get 12. I think I can get 12, can't I? Yes, I can, and that would be 20, and that would be perfect. I think that's what we're going to do. I think that's 100% what we're going to do. Okay, so 8 and 12. So I'm just going to replace these guys with some of my runes. Now remember, you can use whatever runes you want. Different runes have different, upgrades and features to them. And I can, once I get this to a tier 3 altar, by the way, I can totally replace the runes at that level up there. And that would be cool too. Good deal. All right, so you ready for this? because this should be cool now. So now we're tier 3, same capacity, 10,000, right? So I'm gonna turn you on for a sec, and we're gonna see what a single kill does here. You ready? So 2250. Because of our runes of sacrifice down there, a single kill gets us, wow, 6,600. That's a lot. That's a lot. That is awesome, right? And see how much faster it's running because of the speed runes? Like, definitely an improvement, right? Definitely an improvement. I think that's cool. Yeah, like, hugely improved. That is awesome. Now, I think I would like to replace the ones here with speed runes, so I think I'm going to do that real quick. So to make that happen... Because tick accelerating is an option, of course. Oh, you already got to a tier 3. Yeah, tier 3 is a thing now. I have to add that to the whole... Because I tick accelerated, it ran too fast. Yeah, definitely too fast. But that's alright, we should be cool now. Perfect. That's good enough. Yeah. Little too fast with the tick accelerations. So let's get 16 more of these. I should now be able to replace... these guys with more speed runes. And that should be cool. Needs more sugar. Sugar means speed. Thus is the rules of modded Minecraft. There you go. Okay, so now you should be able to craft that much faster. Provided I... Oh, right, levers. Yeah. Now you're running. So look at the numbers in the top. You'll see how much faster it's running now because of all the speed upgrades. Much better, right? Super cool. Good deal. And I like that, like, with the entity detector here, we know that we'll only ever get, like, a few mobs sitting here, and then it's going to turn off the spawner. That skeleton can sit there all day long. He's just going to chill. And then when I need him, like, you know, we're good to go. That's pretty cool. So now we should be quickly speeding things up here. Let's take this imbued slate and add him to the list of things that need to happen over here, right? So you're going to censor imbued slates, and we're going to make that 31. And then you're going to add this up to here, and we're going to make that 32, okay? So now what should happen is this thing can now get that. Now, because we have imbued slates, we also want to add this guy on the up. We want the sensor to be 8 buckets, right? That's where we want to be. I really need to fix the Control-Shift-Click. Every time I do this, I like, all right, I need to fix that, and then I don't fix that. Should just make a bug report in my own GitHub and then remember. Cool. So now we won't be allowed to run until we have, you know, over 8, right? Once we have 8, we're good. But then, like, if we drop below 8, we're not going to be allowed to run anymore. Which is okay. I'm fine with that, right? Are we technically wasting LP? Because, yes. We are technically wasting LP a little bit. Because, like, at this point we have 7,000 LP that's going to sit in there, right? So, even though killing one of these guys gets me, like, 6,000, only 3,000 is allowed to fit. A, we're going to add augment upgrades in a minute here. B, like, can you call it a waste when you have literally an unlimited amount that show up a second later? No, no. It's beautiful. It's perfect, and everything is great, and we love this setup, and we're very pleased with it. Questions? Thoughts? No, I didn't think so. Everything is cool. All right, so now that we're at tier 3, in order to get to tier 4, there's going to be a little bit of effort involved, right? It's no longer quite that easy. So let's get our Sanguine Scientificum, because I need to remember some aspects of how this works. And I'm also going to put away a bunch of stuff that we don't need out in our inventory right now. I shouldn't need my Sacrificial Dagger anymore, so that's cool. But I do want my Dagger of Sacrifice to hang out. You know, I'll put this away because I don't know how soon I'm going to need it, but we will want some sigils at some point, okay? And I don't need this no more, and that all looks pretty cleaned up, pretty good in my inventory. You can also go away along with you, and now we're really looking good, right? Boom. So I want to get some more blank slates. Let's flip through the book to see what's next, right? Because I know we're going to need to get to get to the tier 4 altar, right? Which is the next one we're going to want. Okay, and that's when we can really start automating things pretty well, and that should be super cool. So 7 blood runes. You can see that needs to go there. We also need bloodstone bricks. Okay, so let's click into that chapter if I can. Bloodstone bricks. Where do those come from? Bloodstone bricks. There we go. Our decorative block, right? So we need weak blood shards. Okay, and weak blood shards come from saturated tau. Right, I remember that process now. And the Sanguine Reverter, which is a Hellforge recipe. So we need to get into Hellforges and Wills, okay? So there's a couple pieces we need to do here. And then we also need Saturated Tau, which if I'm not mistaken, we can only get in the dungeons. Yeah, simple dungeons, after which it can be farmed. Yes. It will mature into one of 2 varieties, depending on the conditions it was raised. By default, it will grow into tau fruit, which can be converted into tau oil. However, the alternate recipe, while the plant matures, if a mob, like a cow, for example, is standing on top of it, it'll leach health from the entity and turn into saturated tau. Okay? So we can either we'll find tau fruit in dungeons, which are things that blood magic makes, right? We can generate dungeons with blood magic. And then we can then grow it into saturated tau if we so desire the need, right? So that's that. And then we also have to get into the will system, okay? So demonic wills is a whole thing in blood magic as well. It's a whole separate progression line. So demonic wills are neat. First off, we need a Hellfire Forge, okay? Which needs a blank slate, so we need a little bit of that, but not a problem because we have plenty of that now. And then we can start making Tardic gems. And Tardic gems will fill up while we kill mobs that are affected by a certain debuff. The debuff can either be applied by throwing soul snares at it and then killing them, and I'll apply it and then you kill them, or you can use the Sentient Sword. However, to make a Sentient Sword needs a little bit of will at first, so we need to start off by getting some will with the soul snares. Okay, so we'll get some soul snares here, and that's string in the altar. So you'll notice now that the cool deal here is that I can do this. That is awesome. That is super cool. All right, I'm just going to get a few of them. Let's go with like 8. Does that sound like a number? Sounds like a number to me. Okay. And then we can get ourselves the Hellfire Forge. Okay. And that will sit right here, right? So we'll have, you know, my altar, my whole blood magic-y crafting area can be right here. And eventually there'll be a whole will system that we're going to do some cool stuff with, but we're going to start small. Okay. And then what we need is a petty Tartic gem. So Tartic gems, there are 4 tiers of them. And each gem needs a higher amount of will stored in the previous gem in order to craft it. Okay, so we're going to start with petty, and that's lapis, glass, gold, and redstone. Okay, so lapis. I'm probably going to want 2 of these. Glass. Gold. And redstone. Okay, so to get it, we have to like throw these things. Can I just kill you and then you'll be cool? I'm not sure. So see the particle effects? That means he's affected. And look, we got a will. We got a demon will. Perfect. So that does work. We can kill them with the Dagger of Sacrifice. Super cool. Right? So demon will goes in the left slot. The 4 items go in here. And it will use will. So see how it's 4.7? Now it's 3.7. You'll notice, in order to craft this, we have to have at least 1 will on the thing that we put on the right slot, and it will drain 1 will. Other things are different, right? So like this one needs to have at least 240 in there, but it'll only use 50. So like you have to get to a decent level before the crafting will work, but it doesn't consume that much, which is a cool system. I always liked that system, right? Because it like kind of ensured you got to the right level without making it stupidly expensive. And, you know, that's pretty cool. Okay. Now an iron sword plus a will plus a gem will combine into the Sentient Sword, and that will be pretty good. Cool. All right, that looks nice. All right. Now, when you have a Tardic gem in your inventory, if you pick up one of these Demon Wills off the ground, it will automatically get absorbed into the Tardic gem, and you'll see that thing now has a will quality of 2.7. So that will went in there, right? And he'll absorb it up to a threshold. And that threshold for the petty, you can see is shown in JEI there is 64, right? Once we get that, we're going to want to use the petty to upgrade to the next tier, and that will get me the lesser, which can hold 256, and then 1024, and then 4096 is the top tier. Okay. Now, the other cool thing that you want to know about this stuff is that this sword can be enchanted, and looting will have an effect on how much will you get. So do we have looting? We have some looting. Level 7 is available. Yeah, we have looting 7. Perfect. How about sharpness? Do we have sharpness? Yeah, sharpness 8. That should be good. Anything else I care about having? Unbreaking might not be a bad idea. Unbreaking might not be a bad idea. That's probably a really smart idea. XP boost? Nah. Sharpness, scavenger. Might be cool. Might not hurt, right? Knockback, fire, experience boost, ender, disarming, capturing, beheading. I think that's good. That should all be good. Okay. Level 11. Level 19. There you go. So now we have a decent sword here, pretty heavily enchanted, and we can use that sword to kill mobs. And now we no longer need the soul snares. So now whenever we kill a mob, boy, that's going to take a long time to kill them, isn't it? Yeah, it's not going to be great. If I throw that wool on... You guys are all bunching up here. Don't do that. Don't bunch up like that. That's annoying. Okay, so now you are silent. It should be good. Yeah, the only downside to this is these dudes have so much health. Now remember, all the mobs that I just killed were spawned before silent was a thing. Oh, that's better, right? That's better. Much better. The only problem is they have so much stinking health. That's not going to be great for me. I don't think that's going to be an ideal setup, right? Like, yeah, they have a lot. Like, I have a really high level of sharpness, but these dudes have such a stupid amount of health. Though, in fairness, I did just get a pretty stupid amount of will from that. So, maybe that is going to work for me. I just wish I could, like, reduce their health a whole lot. Maybe I can put some kind of spikes. Are there any spikes or anything like that in there that, like, will... damage on contact, burns, curses, damage on contact... I'd like it to, like, damage but not kill kind of deal. Something on there that won't kill. For now, I'll just stick with this for a sec, but I might want to... See, that gets me a lot of will, which is nice. Which is nice. Now, what do I need to get to the next tier? I need a minimum of 60, and I've currently got 54. So not bad. Not bad. But I'm definitely going to want this. Ideally, I would want some kind of system in place where... Oh, hello. There we go. That should get me to 64, right? And now I can upgrade you. So what I'll do is I'll get another glass. There might be a way to upgrade you. I think it uses the will now, doesn't it? Doesn't it? So diamond, block of redstone, and lapis. Diamond, redstone, lapis. It may use the will. It'll upgrade itself. It can self-upgrade now. That's a thing that's kind of newish. right? So now I can hold up to 2. So you'll notice there, right? We needed 60 to be on there, but it's only going to use 20, which is why I have 44 left. Pretty cool system, right? I like that system a lot. I always liked that. Like I said, it's because it makes it so that you don't have to necessarily make the thing really expensive in order for it to still gate it behind an endgame thing, right? Like, I have to get up to that high of a level, but, like, it doesn't make the actual craft stupidly expensive. See, that's pretty good. Now, as you get higher wills in your inventory, you will definitely get more will and more damage from your Sentient Sword. So that's cool. So let me, I think if I just kill like 1 or 2 more of these dudes, we'll have a tier 3 ready to go, right? I think so. I don't think it's going to be much. So, like, while, yeah, it's a little bit annoying I have to do this much damage to them, at the end of the day, it's probably even faster than if I had a bunch of small mobs I was killing. And I'm cool with that, right? I think that's fine with me. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I just thought about it and decided, yes, this system works. It would be cool if I could, like, poison them or something, but I don't know if that would lead to a lower amount of will at the end. Okay? So now to upgrade you, I need a block of gold, an imbued slate, and a diamond. Okay, so another diamond, block of gold, and an imbued slate, which is the tier 3, and then boom, 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 and you. And that'll get me a tier 3 Tardic gem, which is both very cool and very useful. Okay, sweet. Okay, so now that we've got the tier 3 Tardic gem, 2 things. 1, we can hold way more Tardic stuff, and that's a good time. And 2, that is cool. That is a lot of will all at once. I'm just saying. I knew I was going to be in good shape when we got like 4 point something from the thing, because usually you get like 0.2 or something like that. So I was like, wow, that's a lot. Okay, cool. So now we're at like 500 will. Sweet. Okay. So now to get saturated tau and weak blood shards, right? So first off, to make the sanguine reverter, we need at least 350 will. So that I will be able to make at this point, right? And we're also going to need the alchemical reaction chamber, which is going to need some stuff. So how about I do this? I'm going to get this guy filled up. I'm going to make some more runes here and whatnot. And then I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to read up on how to start the dungeons, because I think it's a ritual I have to do to get into the dungeon. The antechamber. Yeah. Okay, yeah, let me flip through this and remember how this works, because I think there's like 2 of them. There's like a very basic form, and then there's a more advanced one that's like way more cool. So, I'll be right back. Alright, I remember. So we need some buckets. Some lava. And that gets you a lava crystal. And the lava crystal can go in here and turn into a weak activation crystal for 10,000 LP. Now, you don't need the 10,000 LP all at once, okay? What you need to do is have 10,000 LP by the time the craft is complete. So as long as you can get LP fast enough like I just did, I didn't care how much was there at the beginning. I just cared that while it was crafting, I was able to get enough. And I did. And then I right-click this guy to bind it to myself, and now his owner is Direwolf 20. Rituals are activated with an activation crystal. Rituals are multi-block structures that you build, and then you can activate them with the crystal, and it uses the LP in your personal soul network to fuel the ritual and to give it the power it needs to do things. And your personal soul network is limited by the amount of stuff that you have, is limited by your orb tier, right? Different tiers of orb can get you to different higher levels, right? So I want the Magician's Blood Orb, which needs 25,000 LP. Okay? That's a lot of LP, because we can only hold 10 in our thing right now. But I want to upgrade how much we can hold. So let's get capacity runes. Okay. Runes of capacity need imbued slates. Cool. So I'm gonna get a few things here, and we'll be right back. All right, little tick accelerating, a little bit of mob handling, and we're pretty cool here, right? So I should have a decent-ish amount of imbued slates now. Let's go with 5, and then we can make our capacity runes. So for that, I'm going to need 5 more of you. Okay. And this is going to make life a little bit easier in general for me, I think, right? So 5 more of you, and then I should be able to get 5 more runes of capacity. Now that's obviously going to require a few buckets, which is not a crisis, really. But I'll just get a stack of buckets. And that's cool. And then for now, I'll just replace some of my speed runes here. And then once we get to a tier 4 altar, we'll have more runes available. Okay? So now if we check this guy, he is now at 20,000 LP capacity, which is cool, because it means I can, like, kind of hit these guys more, and we'll be able to get more crafts, you know, in the interim, which is pretty neat. For now, I'm going to turn this off, and I'm going to get my Magician's Orb as gold. So a block of gold. So remember, you don't have to have all 25 in the altar at once. You just need to eventually get 25. So as long as I do that, right, let it drain some more. Get another one in there. Right. That should be enough at this point, but I'll just, you know, no harm in keeping it going. And there you go. Magician's Blood Orb. Sweet. Now, when that's bound to me, it will absorb from the altar. And with that, we can now automate filling up LP in my personal soul network. See it filling up there? Now, I think there's also a sigil that shows you a little bit better. It's called, is that it? Site Reagent? And that'll go into the Seers sigil. Let's give that a shot, right? So that's just going to be 2 glass and a glowstone. 2 glass and a glowstone. Are you going to use up my my sigil here? Are you going to consume it? There you go. That's cool. And these are about like how you can automate inserting and extracting, which we'll use when we get to the needing to make sulfur dust bit. Cool. All right, I did use that up. So let's get another divination sigil, because I like having that thing, right? So that's redstone and a blank slate. This is going to be a reinforced slate. Let's get redstone. Let's get... Where's my arcane ashes? There you are. Let's recraft this. So boom, boom, blank slate. And there's no reason we can't do this more, you know, like this. So you and the imbued slate. Cool. So now I have my current essence there. I think this guy will show me like a meter on the left or something. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, there's like a whole thing. Shift right click to open up that UI. You show me all the things, don't you? Oh my goodness. So many things. That's for wills. I know that much. I'll do it like that. Does that sound cool? Okay. I thought there was a way to see like a meter on the left or something. Oh, you also have something that you can shift right click. I have no idea at this point. I don't know what half those things are, which is kind of surprising. Yeah, I guess I don't understand the difference between these two. All right, so let you run again. You're going to do that, and that should be cool, right? So FYI, your Magician's Blood Orb will consume any and all LP that's in the altar, right? So put it in there, it'll absorb it all, okay? And then we can just keep on doing that to get lots of LP. And different tiers of orb will be able to hold different amounts of LP. So keep that in mind too. So if you want to be able to hold more LP, aka do more advanced rituals, then you're going to need higher tiers of orb. Okay? I love this altar setup. It's so good. All right. So I forget what tier 3 is. I thought it was 100,000. It's definitely not 100,000. It's definitely more than 100,000, which is kind of cool. Maybe it's 150,000. Yep, there you go. See how we're not getting any more? We're not getting any more? 150,000. That's what tier 3 gets you. and I can turn this on and go back to making these dudes. And as a reminder now, we have more storage space inside here, so he'll be able to make more runes, you know, in sequence, because, you know, we only need 8,000, and now we can hold 20,000, so we can at least make 2-ish, and that's pretty cool. All right, I think that's about wrapping up point for the episode. So let's come back next episode. We will get into making rituals, and for that, that'll let us make our first ritual, which will let us go into the first dungeon in Blood Magic. Sound cool? So for now, Del20 sign off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.